right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our Wednesday bootcamp class. I'm Quinn, health fitness specialist at Exocyte Autodesk. So we're going to go ahead and just get started right into it. We're going to start with our warm-up here, just with some general knee hugs. So we're going to lean forward, grab the shin, pick up the shin, and pull the knee in the chest. Starting to warm up the hips and glutes, hamstrings, back of the leg. Just getting some good movement there through the hips and the hamstrings. Let's go a couple more here. Standing nice and tall as we come up. And moving on. Good. Next up, we're going to do our hamstring sweeps. So 1 foot forward, toes pointed up. We're going to reach back behind the hip and sweep down through the heel, standing all the way up tall, reaching back behind the hip and coming up. Still stretching that same leg that we started with. Not quite switching yet. Just nice, easy movements through. Go ahead and switch sides. Really keeping that leg straight and pulling through the heel as we sweep down and through. Last one. And done. Good. Next up, we've got our quad pulls. So we're going to bring 1 foot up, grabbing the foot, reaching all the way up to the top, and pulling that heel in towards our hips. Working on our balance and stability, as well as stretching into that quad and hip flexor. More. All right. Next up, we're going to get a little bit of a wide stance here. And we're just going to do our lateral, little side lunge, stretching into the inside of the hip here. You want your toes facing forward and keeping your shoulders square and hips square as well. So make sure you're not rotating into the stretch here, but keeping everything nice and square. With your computer, go ahead and just give a couple of pumps. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and then hold it for a little bit. And then I'll switch to the other side. Just really getting into those hips there. Okay. Finishing up this side. Good. We're going to give 1 deep squat down the middle. Kind of rocking back and forth. And back up. All right. Now we're going to do some marching in place. Getting our legs nice and warmed up. So, ready to go. Driving the knee up. Staying in the same place. Getting a nice, even pace. As soon as that foot comes down, the other foot bounces up. Really driving that knee up to the chest, through the ceiling. A little bit more. And done. Good. Next up, we have our straight leg kicks. So, standing nice and tall, you're gonna bring your hands out in front of you and alternating each leg, just kicking straight up, trying to get those toes up to the fingertips and that chest nice and proud. Try to keep your back and hips straight, keeping those shoulders over the hips. And keep it balanced all the same. All right, and done. Okay, now that we're all good and warmed up, we're gonna hop down onto our mat here for our first circuit. We're gonna start off with bird dogs. So we're gonna get our hands directly below the shoulder, knees directly below the hips, and you're extending opposite hand and leg out, and just giving a nice long hold at the top. And coming back down. We're gonna keep same side going here. So keeping that same point of stability as we move through. Got about 6 each side, and then we're gonna go and move to the other side. Trying to keep even weight between the planted hand and planted knee. Extending all the way through the fingertips and the toes. Go ahead and switch sides. Nice even pace. One more. And done. Good. Now we're going to pop up into a plank position with our knees raised. We've got mountain climbers. So getting those shoulders over the hands, getting our knees up and driving our knees up to the chest. Getting a nice quick pace as we move here. Trying to keep those hips level with the shoulders, belly button tucked up to the spine. Got about 10 more seconds. And rest. Good. We're going to pop up onto our feet here. Next movement we've got is going to be lateral, squatting, side steps. So we're going to get into a little squat here, and we're going to go 3 steps out, back in, and then we're going the other direction for 3 steps. Trying to keep those hips and shoulders level the whole time, so we're not bouncing up and down as we move through here. Good. Let's go 3 more steps each direction. And done. Good. Next up, we're going into our plank T rotations. Okay, so we're going to go back down to the mat. We're going to pop up into that plank position. And once we're here, we're going to get our feet a little bit wide so we have nice stable ground. We're going to extend one hand up and then rotate up towards the ceiling and come back down. Extend another arm up, rotate up to the ceiling and coming back down. Once you get the hang of it, try and get a nice flow a nice even pace. Got a few more each side here. Let's go, last ones. All right. Now we're gonna go into our push-ups now that we've got our shoulders nice and warmed up. Okay, so this time we're gonna go at a quick pace. We're not as focused on the down phase going slow, but we're just gonna get a nice little 2-count pace for all of our push-ups here, okay? So going down and up. Ready, go. Trying to stay moving. Pushing that ground away. Got 3 more. And done. Good. All right. Now we're going to go back to the top. We've got our bird dogs. Extending one foot, one hand out. Staying on the same side as you come down and up. And switch sides. And done. Good. Now we're heading into our mountain climbers. So we're popping the knees up, getting our feet back, and driving the knee to chest. Got 30 seconds on here. Going nice and quick. Driving those knees up, trying to keep the hips nice and level with the shoulders. Let's go, about 10 more seconds here. Keep it up, keep it up. And done. Nice. Okay, now we're popping up onto our feet. We've got our lateral side squat steps. So, getting into a nice squat, stepping out to the side, 2, 3, and changing direction. Trying to keep those hips and shoulders level. Let's go, one more here. Two, three, nice job. All right, now we're going down into our plank T rotations. So, getting our hands below the shoulders, feet and knees come back, splitting up the feet so we got some stability, and extending out the hand and rotating up. Let's go, nice pace. Let's go one more each side. And done. Good, now we're going into our push-ups. Remember, we're doing a 2-2 count. 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. Going nice, even pacing. And go. Let's go 3 more. Nice job. All right. We're going into our second circuit here. Starting things off with a little bit of leg work. We're going to go into a split squat lunge. So, getting a staggered stance. 1 foot in front of the hips, 1 foot behind. And we're going to drive that front knee out forward over the toe, dropping down into a split squat, and pressing back up. Trying to keep that chest nice and proud, shoulders over hips. Unless you want to add a little bit more of a challenge, you can keep your back straight and lean the chest a little bit more over that front foot, adding a little bit of extra weight as you come down. But remember, keeping stable is really important here. Let's go 2 more. And switch legs. Getting that knee out over the toe. Whoa. Let's go 3 more. And good. Next up, we're going to do our air squat calf raises. So we're going to get hands out in front, driving the hips back, getting down to a squat, and popping up onto our toes as we come to the top of our squat, like you would be jumping up for a rebound in basketball. Very good. Find a nice even pace. Keep working. Working on that stability and triple extension here through the ankles, knees, and hips. Let's go 2 more. And done. Awesome. Next up, we have our IYTs. So we're headed back down to the mat, chest on the floor, getting our hands out in front to start. Thumbs pointed up to the ceiling, and we're popping the chest up, down, going to 45, up, and down to the T. We're just going to move through those 3 positions 5 times. Really getting that chest up off the ground, pinching the shoulder blades together. Make sure you get 5 times through. I'm on the last one here. And done. Good. Next up, we're going into our strength plank. So, forearms down. We're going to press the ground away, getting our feet back, hips level with the shoulders, sucking that belly button up to the spine. You should be up, holding that plank, nice and level through the back and the torso. Getting a nice hold. Got a few more seconds here. And down. Good. Now we're going to go into our side plank. So flipping over, hips down on the ground. We're going to extend the feet out as the hips come up, getting that shoulder directly over the elbow, pushing the ground away, and pulling the shoulder down towards the hips. Engaging our lats to help stabilize the movement here. Let's go, got a few more seconds, holding this position. And switching sides, I'm flipping over, and hips come up. Remember to push the ground away, pulling that shoulder down towards the hips, stabilizing our plank here, and down. Good. Next up, we're going to go into some kickstand Rdls. All right? So we're standing up on our feet again. We're going to brace our body with one foot here. So I'm going to slightly bend one knee to help balance things out. And I'm keeping my planted leg straight. And I'm driving the hips back and pulling straight back up. If you want to add a bit of a challenge here, you can always pick that foot up and start rocking forward and back with it, using that leg to help counterbalance your whole movement here. Go ahead and switch sides. Remember to be hinging at that hip, keeping our planted leg straight the whole time. Let's go, 2 more. And done. Good. Now we're going back to the top. We've got our split squat lunge here. So we're going to split stance, staggered, and driving that forward leg, forward knee out over the toe, and back up. Keeping your chest proud, shoulder over hips as you drop the hips down. And switching sides. And good. Next up, we're going back to that squat, calf raise. So getting your hands out in front, dropping the hips down, up, and exploding up through the toes. Let's get a few more in here. Last one. Good. All right. We're headed back down to the mat for our IYTs. All right. Laying down on the chest, hands up in front, thumbs up to the ceiling. We're popping up for our I. 45. And out to the side. Good. Once again, going 5 times through. Trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears, pulling them down towards the hips. I'm on my last one through. And done. Okay. Now we're going to go into our plank. 30 seconds. Getting our elbows down, feet back, hips come up, and timer's on. Pushing the ground away, keeping our hips nice and level with the shoulders, sucking the belly button into the spine. Keeping those hips up, not letting them sag down. Full engagement all the way from the elbows through the shoulders to the toes. And down. Good. Now we're going into our side plank. So we're down with our hips on the ground, elbow below the shoulder, and we're extending the feet out, popping the hips up. Pulling that shoulder down to our hip, getting the lat engaged. And switching sides, flipping over. Elbow down, below the shoulder, extending the feet, getting the hips up, timers on. And we're holding for 20 seconds. A few more, keep it up, get those hips up to the ceiling. And down, good. Last one, getting on our feet for our RDLs. Single leg, remember you can do the kickstand or challenge yourself here by bringing that leg back. So let's drive the hip back, keeping that leg straight. We're going to lower our chest towards the ground. One more. Oh, losing my balance. And switch sides. Eight. Good. All right. Very nice, everybody. We are going to stretch out just a little bit through the legs, a little bit through the arms as well. We're going to go wide stance here. So about a foot outside your hips, and we're going to go straight through the middle, reaching behind the heel. So going all the way through the legs, keeping those knees straight, locked out. And I like to kind of rock into this one a little bit. Kind of giving a few pulses through, trying to reach back and forth, and then getting one big reach and holding. Getting deep into those hamstrings. And coming up. All right. Now we're going to do a little bit of a chest opener. We're going to bring our hands behind our heads and bring the elbows forward and pulling back, opening up that chest, pinching the shoulders together away from the ears, and coming back and forth, pulling that chin up, really opening up that chest, and just working on some shoulder mobility here. Really trying to pinch those shoulder blades together. And done. Good. All right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming in as always. Don't forget to check out our SharePoint, look at any other awesome classes, or if you guys need to chat about anything health, fitness, lifestyle related, feel free to schedule a consult with me. That is on SharePoint as well. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Quinn. Have a good day.